Now, you probably clicked on this video because you're struggling in Clash Royale and you probably do want to improve. Or maybe you're not struggling, but you're still open to learn something new, because at the end of the day, you can never know too much. You can always learn something that you're currently doing it in a better way. So in this video, I'm going to exactly tell you how you can go from a struggling Clash Royale player to one of the top competitive ranks. The most important aspect about this game is your cards and ultimately your deck. The deck that you use is very important because this game, as you probably know, has a lot of buffs and nerfs depending on the type of cards. And let's say you watch a video 5 years ago telling you to use a certain type of deck, but you find out that now maybe some of those cards have been nerfed because that deck was too powerful. You're wasting your time using a deck that nobody even cares about in the current meta. So you always need to be updated, and I would say there are still some decks that maintain their power despite of them being very old decks. One of the examples that just pops up to my mind is the 2.6 Hog Cycle deck, which is an amazing deck that has showed with time. It's like the Bitcoin of Clash Royale. Very hated, but you know it's the safe choice. Also, some other decks, for example, the Lockbait, or even the Golem Witch combo deck, or even decks which include a big elixir costing card, mainly a tank, that is followed up by, for example, the Witch, the Night Witch, basically cards that offer a very good support. Those type of decks still do very well. And if you don't want to use these decks, you can create your homemade deck using a certain deck builder websites as well, where they tell you how efficient or inefficient your deck is based on different statistics, which mainly are attack and defense, and maybe other statistics as well, especially cost elixir, because trust me, it matters. Now, another way to excel in Clash Royale is knowing your enemy. Now, you've probably heard this a lot of times, but counting the enemy's elixir could be a very big advantage, because that's when you know when to push, you know when you don't want to push. Basically, if you push someone when they have full elixir, you're basically allowing them to build a counterattack. Whereas if you know that they don't have elixir and then you attack, you're basically doing the right choice and you're cracking through the defense. In that case, you're not setting them up for a counterattack. All you need to do is count the elixir. Now, how do we do that? So, when we start off the match, we both have the same amount of elixir. We know that. And disclaimer, you do not need to be Riley to be able to count your enemy's elixir, even though he's on a different level. But I'm talking about the basic counting elixir or even intermediate counting elixir abilities. So you see what type of cards the enemy drops, you see what you have, and then you slowly try to spend less elixir than them. Now, in the 2.6 Hog Cycle deck, this is one of the main things I prioritize, because I know that if I just send the Hog Rider when the enemy has more elixir than me, or even worse, his stack is full of elixir, and I just dumbly push a Hog Rider by its own, I know that I'm just setting him up. I know that I'm just helping my enemy, which is not what we want to do. So make sure that you count the elixir, and once you see that you have maybe 4 or 5 elixir more than the enemy, that's when you really know that you can build a big offensive attack. Even though it takes time, the fact that you have more elixir will certainly give you a very big advantage. Trust me. Another way to increase your chances of progressing in Clash Royale and becoming a way better player than you are currently is to use certain skills. I like to call these natural skills that are developable. It's basically the talent that you have, but you need to work on it, to craft it and to make it into something that's gonna be your strong point. And what am I talking about? Stuff like positioning cards, your strategy, also predicting the enemy. I think predicting in the Clash Royale culture is seen as aura farming or even trying to show off, but to me, that's an opportunity opportunity to really grasp the enemy and take down that tower. Predicting could change a lot of things. This depends on the type of deck that you use. For me, when I throw in the Hog Rider, I know that maybe the enemy has a Mega Minion, has a Cannon, has a Tesla, or even has skeletons and other types of defenses. I know that if I eliminate these cards with a Fireball or a Lock, I'll be in a big surplus and advantage as well. I'm doing damage, the guy's trying to defend using more elixir after I throw the Fireball, and you're in a very big uphill position where the enemy will really have to outwork you, which, trust me, it's not everybody's game. And that moves me on to the fourth points, the mental game, and also consistency. Now, like anything you've ever possibly done in other games as well, I'm not gonna say real life because I don't want to put real life with Clash Royale, let's be honest, but you need to be consistent in things to make them work. And Clash Royale is one of those games where you can't just expect to be at your full potential in 1 month, 6 months, 1 year. Now, I do believe that you can be very good in that amount of time, but to be fully exceptional and know your potential, you definitely need to spend at least 3 years of pure gameplay trying to push trophies, winning, losing. These are very important aspects. I know you could probably say that I can just watch YouTube videos to improve myself, and honestly, I'm gonna backstab myself as well. This video ultimately, I don't think is gonna get you an extra 1,000 trophies in a day, in 2 days, but it will definitely improve the way you view the game, and you're gonna naturally see an increase in trophies without you even realizing it. I remember being stuck in the Arena 4 P.E.K.K.A. Playhouse. I struggled a lot there because I just wanted to get to Arena 5. I just wanted it, and that's not how you develop into this game. You need to be very, this might sound cliche as well, very nonchalant, do your best, see what's not working. And at Arena 4, I didn't even have a good deck, so I was again failing, but that led me to finding the deck that I actually knew that this is the one that I want to choose, and that's how I'm gonna improve. I hope you can improve in Clash Royale and get your desired trophies, and I will see you all soon.